Holiday, but a trip to Fiji has quickly turned into a nightmare for one Aussie family. After testing positive to COVID, they're now stranded overseas and isolating in a hotel where infections continue to grow.
They say support is scarce and they're waiting on information on when they can return home. Jackie Hoy joins us from her hotel in isolation in Fiji. Good morning to you. Thanks for giving us a little bit of time. This must be an absolute nightmare for you guys. Just tell us how it all came about and how you tested positive and where the rest of the family are.
It is an absolute nightmare, and basically we arrived on the 26th of December. By day 2, my brother had come down with symptoms, and we knew at that point that we were in trouble. On arrival at check-in, no signage, no hand sanitizer. We waited 4 hours in reception to check into our room at 11:30 p.m. at night. We got access to our room. We were forced to sign a consent form, which basically waives all our rights in relation to COVID. We waived our rights, apparently, when we signed this form to access to our reports and medical records. I haven't seen any medical records. I've just been told I'm positive and I can't leave my room for 10 days. We've been told that if any of our family members are seen together, coercing in the corridors, anything, those who are negative will have to stay an extra 7 days. We've all been separated. We're not in the same rooms. We can't see each other. We're begging staff to come and see us throughout the day and ask if we need food because none of the reception phones are being answered. I even called the emergency line on the telephone and they don't answer, they don't pick up. We haven't seen any of the senior management. They haven't checked in on us. We basically got a letter under the door at 1:30 a.m. in the morning to say that I was positive and that I had to isolate. And then at about 6 p.m, the manager came around, made me sign a form, made everyone in my family sign a form because they're close contacts, and basically separated us, and that's it.
So, Jackie, what are the procedures in terms of food, access to food, and also how you're being tested? And I understand that some of your family members might be released and allowed to go home earlier than others, which I no doubt poses a huge logistical exercise in terms of flights and returning to Australia.
Yeah, and the cost. So basically, when we got tested, there was no one changing gloves in between patients. So when I got my test, the person taking the test didn't change their gloves. There are people not wearing shields while they're taking these tests. I was handed a certificate that had the wrong information on it. There are piles of paper and tubes and everything everywhere, all over the tables where you go and get your test done. So my mum had the same experience. We were tested by hotel staff that don't even have a medical background. We're still waiting for results. My mum got tested and she didn't even get her results before her flight left. Yeah. So even if she came back negative, she's missed her flight because we didn't have the test results back. And there are 20 other families in this same hotel experiencing the same thing, and we're all stuck here. Food that we didn't get food for the first 3 days. Nothing.
That is unbelievable.
No food. We've begged the staff to say, can you please come back and see us at lunch, please? I've got a 3-year-old child who has ear infections and not one doctor has come to see her. And I've asked and asked.
Jackie, what I would suggest is you perhaps contact the embassy there in Fiji. We'll do the same for you in the hope that they can
for the last 3 days.
They can help you. Or hopefully someone in DFAT's seen this morning and can reach out on your behalf, because if it's the case for you and 20 other families, that's a real sort of developing situation there.
And we'll stay in touch with you.
It is distressing, pure panic. I just don't know how we're going to get out of this.
Can only imagine. Jackie, all the best with it. We'll stay in touch. We'll do our best from our end as well. But it sounds like an absolute nightmare and a great warning too, I guess, for those people looking to travel overseas and make sure that you've got a better understanding of what you're flying into.
Yeah, take your own tests, have all the travel insurances, and we'll follow up Jackie's case tomorrow. Head on Sunrise, a feast fit for a king. We're live